All right, so we want to look at this problem, which looks at 12 randomly held high school seniors and their state test scores, which look like they're on similar to an SAT schedule. So we have these 12 scores here, and we want to get statistics on them. So the first thing I am going to do here is I'm going to pull up my T-84. I'm going to power it on here. And I'm going to enter those statistics in. So I want to make sure I can see everything here. There we go. So I'm going to turn them on. I'm going to go to Stat and Edit. And I'm going to just start on list 3 because I already have something in list 1 and list 2. Oh, and I enter 1, 4, 2, 1. That's my first data point. 1, 2, 2, 0, 9, 8, 2, 6, 9, 5, 7, 2, 9, 8, 37. Let's see, 8, 37, 7, 27, 7, 42. 542, 628, 1449, and 948. And so I've entered my statistics in, so I'll come back to Stat. I'll calculate one variable stats on this, and that was what, list 3. So we'll put in list 3, and I'll come down and calculate. And I get that my X bar is 910, right? That's my sample average is 910. And my sample standard deviation is 303.8160329. So I've got my stats here, right? Which I want to use. So we have a sample deviation or sample average of 910. And so that's the first question it wanted to ask us. All right, and then the second question it wants to ask us is to find the sample standard deviation, which is here, the 303.816. And we'll take it to one decimal place, 303.8. And then it says construct a 99% confidence interval for the population mean of mu, a 99% confidence interval for the mean. So we want to construct our confidence interval here. Let me switch back here. Sorry, switching screens can be a bit odd sometimes in the right place. And so we have our sample standard deviation and we have our sample mean. And what we want to do is we want to construct our 99% confidence interval. And so to construct that confidence interval, what we need to do is we need to have our X bar minus our error, right? And so we need to find our critical points. So let's see if I can come to my critical point chart in here. Do I have my front matter? And so I'm trying to get my table up on the screen for my T values. This is the appendix in the book where if we're looking at our T critical values, our TC, let me draw it up here. I'll draw it up on the blackboard. Let me come into the blackboard and come down a bit here. All right, so what we want to do is we want to find our confidence interval at 99%. So we have all of our data, so what we need to find is we need to find our mu value. Our mu is going to be, we're going to be X minus our error. Our sample is less than mu. Our population plus X plus the error. And so to find our error, we're going to want our critical value over the standard deviation divided by square root n. And so to find that TC critical value, we need to look up our 99 distribution value. So we have 12 samples, which is 11 degrees of freedom. Our level of confidence is 99. So looking at that up at a table, we get 3.106. All right. So on our table with a confidence level of 0.99, on a t-table, our degrees of freedom is 12 minus 1, or 11. And so our TC is going to be, look this up again, 3.106. This is table 5 in the appendix. So we have our TC value. So we can now calculate our E, which is going to be 3.106 times, and I have to flip back over to the calculator here, so I'll do that with you. 303.8. So I'll come back here. 303.8 divided by the square root of 12. And so I'll put this together, and I get 3.106, whoops, 3.106 times 303.8 divided by the square root of 12. And I get an error of 272.4. 272.4. So our lower mu value, again going back to the calculator, sorry, it takes a second to switch. Our 910, oh, that was our sample mu, and our 910, whoops, come back on. I just turned it off. There we go, 910 minus our value here. So let's get back to the blackboard. And so this is going to be 910 minus 272.4. And 910 plus 272.4. That's going to give us the two sides of our tail, or of our confidence level. So 910 minus 272.4 is 637.6. And the upper end of that, 910 plus 272.4 is 1182.4. That was a plus sign, but it didn't write when I did it. And so I have my two ends. And we have found our error range, which looks like, back over here. I come in and put my confidence area on this. Let me get to here. And so my lower one was 637.6. And my upper one was 1182. Okay, I mistyped that in. Let's look at the 910, but no, 1182.4. And that resolves problem 6.2.25. The main thing is constructing this confidence interval and making sure you use the t-table for it, since we don't know the population standard deviation.